Sorry for the weird audio in this. It will be like this for the whole video. Don't worry, it won't be like this for the next video though. Hey guys, it's Wolsey here, and today we're going to be doing the 5th part of What If Naruto was a Senju with Uchiha DNA. I won't really say anything in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Naruto and Sasuke grow stronger, and Sakura is also taught the first gate. This is the only gate she'll be able to perform for a long time, even into mid-Shippuden. Naruto actually doesn't get trained by Sasuke, he gets taught the wind chakra element. Look, Naruto has actually had his earth affinity completely shattered by the fire affinity, and after this, the earth affinity has completely dissolved, so he only knows fire now. He eventually gets taught wind, and as he gets older, he will learn to use the blaze release in Shippuden. Naruto is taught Boseki Tate no Kaze, spinning shield of winds, and as he gets more experience with this, then he will learn the Kaze Bakuhatsu, the wind explosion jutsu. He's taught the spinning shield of winds before, because when he learns it, he will then learn the wind explosion because it requires more chakra and it requires more chakra control. Naruto slowly starts to get this training, and his chakra control and chakra in general starts to increase very steadily. He gets both of these jutsu down when he finishes the Rasengan in the real story. Naruto's in the hotel with Toriyama instead, and Itachi politely knocks on his door. Naruto opens the door and sees Itachi. Sasuke is running to the hotel as usual, and in this what if, Naruto knows exactly who Itachi is. Naruto looks at him menacingly and throws a punch, but Itachi catches it and throws Naruto out into the hall. Itachi says, "I'm not here for you, foe Uchiha. I'm here for my brother." Naruto says, "Sasuke?" Itachi smiles when he sees his brother in the hallway. Sasuke looks at him with pure anger. He shouts at him and uses the second gate instantly. Sasuke runs and jumps off the wall with the Chidori in hand. Itachi fully counters this and knocks the 8 gates out of him with a punch to the gut. Sasuke gets knocked a few steps back and blood is dripping from his mouth from all the power of that punch. Itachi walks up to him and whispers, "Sasuke, meet me south of the village at 9 PM tomorrow." Sasuke looks at Itachi and has nothing to lose at this point. Naruto is on the floor just looking at everything. Then when Toriyama comes out of his room, Itachi and Kasami are nowhere to be seen. We skip to the time of when Itachi said for Sasuke to be in that area and Itachi meets him. Sasuke says, "What do you want, Itachi?" Itachi replies with, "Sasuke, the Uchiha were planning to take over the Hidden Leaf Village's elders and the village entirely. Danto Shimura, a very evil person, blackmailed me into destroying the whole clan in return for your life. I only joined the Akatsuki to watch over their behaviors over Konohagakure to keep the village as safe as I possibly could." Sasuke clenches his fist and Itachi hugs him. Itachi says, "I've seen that you have a serious hatred and rivalry with that Naruto kid. I will be your sensei and train you to become stronger than him, then you can beat him. Your training begins tomorrow. Meet here and I'll locate you somewhere where we can train." Sasuke starts to cry, but then Itachi does the thing where he takes 2 fingers and puts it on Sasuke's forehead. Then Sasuke makes his exit. After this, we skip to the Sasuke recovery mission because the Tsunade arc is just the same as well as the Battle of Dasani. Naruto is in the middle again and the formation is exactly the same. When they encounter Jirobo in their formation, Naruto is the first to attack. Naruto runs with the first gate and lands a kick and punches him across the face but gets thrown back and Jirobo creates the Earth Prison Dome. Naruto looks around and says, "I have an idea." He uses the first gate and then he uses the spinning shield of winds. He expands it by using heavy use of external air and pushes against the dome. He pushes and pushes and manages to make one crack in the dome. He then controls his chakra and opens the second gate for the first time and creates a huge crack in the dome. He utilizes the wind and creates the wind explosion jutsu. He aims it at the crack and lets go of it. It breaks through the dome and there's now a hole in the dome, and Naruto and Neji manage to get out and everyone else is still stuck in the dome. Naruto steps forward to see Jirobo and activates his Sharingan. He jumps at him but Jirobo doesn't do anything to react to that. Naruto kicks him and he loses contact with the prison dome. Then Naruto controls his chakra and kicks the prison dome down. Choji appears and says, "I have him." Everyone go for Sasuke. They go and continue the mission while Choji is stuck to fight Jirobo as usual. Since everything else goes the same, we skip to Naruto versus Kimimaro. Naruto currently isn't doing too well against him. Naruto uses the first gate and jumps at him. Kimimaro pulls out a bone sword thing and blocks a punch. Naruto actually shatters the bone and follows by stepping to the side, then destroying him with a chakra punch to the side of the abdomen. Kimimaro looks at him and knows he'll have to up the stakes, and he reveals the curse mark. Naruto sees him rush in his direction, then he creates a spinning shield of winds and tanks the speed blitz. Kimimaro actually destroyed the windshield, but he is completely stopped and his speed drops to 0. Naruto bounces back and kicks him in the face and follows by creating something like 100 clones. Naruto is stuck at the back of the pack and he's charging his wind explosion jutsu. His hand is being heavily strained, but he knows that a first gate Sharingan wind explosion will do the trick. Naruto has finished charging and makes his run for Kimimaro. He jumps over all of the clones, and while Kimimaro is busy with the clones just get away from Kimimaro. Kimimaro is confused from this, then he gets a close-up wind explosion. Naruto actually used it like a Rasengan, which means that it was more destructive when it reached contact with Kimimaro. Kimimaro gets exploded back, but he plants himself into the ground with his bones to cushion his fall. Kimimaro looks in disgust at his power, and Naruto knows he will have to up the stakes to rival this guy, and as soon as he starts to break the gate, Rock Lee arrives, and Naruto snaps out of the 8 gates. Naruto jumps over Rock Lee and jumps at Kimimaro. Naruto uses a mini wind explosion attack and launches it at Kimimaro. Kimimaro gets knocked back, and Rock Lee makes his run for Kimimaro when he isn't looking. Naruto makes his leap for Sasuke. Naruto is speeding through the leaves and finds a pill in his pocket that was put in by his grandfather, and he's jumping through the trees. It says chakra refill pill. He feels the condensed chakra inside it and he eats the pill, obviously, because he's actually feeling drained. After eating it, he feels much better and starts to catch up to Sasuke. When he gets closer, he sees the Akatsuki outfit and sees that Sasuke is wearing one. Sasuke speeds up and leaves Naruto behind, but Naruto slowly catches up. Naruto lands on the Hashirama statue and Sasuke on the Madara statue. Sasuke shows an evil in his eyes that Naruto has never seen. Naruto says, "Sasuke, why leave just to be with your evil brother that you swore to kill?" "I'm still killing him, but what he did for my clan was for a good cause." Naruto shouts, "No! I won't let you leave!" Sasuke loudly laughs in menacing manner, and Naruto jumps at Sasuke. Sasuke uses the fireball jutsu and sends Naruto away from the Hashirama statue, but he starts to fall to the ground. Naruto pulls out a kunai and stabs it into the stone statue. Naruto manages to slow his fall and land safely onto the ground. Sasuke sends wire at Naruto, but Naruto jumps to a near side boulder. Sasuke sends a strike of lightning from his finger all the way down to the boulder. It breaks the boulder and Naruto is left open for attack. Naruto jumps onto the statue and dodges the fireball from Sasuke. Sasuke dives down onto Naruto and punches him across the face. Naruto falls off the boulder, then Sasuke flies down to him. Naruto looks at him and he is completely surprised because he's gliding down with the Akatsuki cloak. Sasuke throws several lines of wire and circles Naruto. Naruto is a perfect counter and he uses the spinning shield of wind's jutsu. Sasuke has the wire destroyed and sent back away from Naruto. Naruto keeps the shield and Sasuke zooms at Naruto. The shield sends Sasuke back at the same speed and he goes flying across the water. Naruto uses the wind to basically propel himself across the waves. Naruto goes zooming across the water and punches Sasuke even further. Naruto sends 25 clones at Sasuke and they all have a mini wind explosion technique glowing and enlarging in their hands. Sasuke takes off his Akatsuki cloak and makes a stance to fight these clones. Sasuke starts to destroy these clones one by one, but after a few seconds he gets overwhelmed by the wind explosions. Naruto is currently charging a larger Kaze Bakuhatsu and it becomes about the size of his torso. Sasuke manages to destroy the clones and Naruto is finished charging the Kaze Bakuhatsu. Naruto jumps to Sasuke and launches the wind explosion at Sasuke. Sasuke shoots his fireball jutsu and cancels out the wind explosion. Naruto sees that fire is strong to wind and he puts that in mind. Sasuke sees that the curse mark is taking effect, and Naruto doesn't know what the curse mark actually increases strength and physical attributes, but he does know what it is because he saw it in the Chunin exams. Sasuke zooms across the water and destroys Naruto with the Fire Fist jutsu. Naruto slams into the wall and breaks the rock wall. Naruto punches Sasuke then locks into hand-to-hand combat. Naruto is clearly losing, then he uses the first gate and starts to be equal to Sasuke again. The speed of the punches and kicks are creating shockwaves that create large waves in the water. Naruto then uses the Sharingan to block every punch from Sasuke. While they're battling, Naruto completes his Sharingan and starts to completely overpower Sasuke. Sasuke smiles and uses his Sharingan too. Sasuke and Naruto start to go equally, but then Naruto jumps back and Sasuke starts to make his run with his Chidori. Naruto uses the spinning shield of winds and sends Sasuke flying back again. Naruto slams into the wall and falls down. Sasuke starts to sprout his wings and he falls into the complete version of the curse mark. Naruto controls his chakra and breaks into the third gate. Naruto's aura is spinning around him and his hair is flowing. Sasuke creates the Inferno Fire Lightning Chidori Fist, and Naruto creates the Wind Explosion just normally. Don't worry, they can't use two chakra natures, but instead, Sasuke creates the Chidori, lashes off of the jutsu, then lights it on fire. This creates two differently working chakras, and this is the only time Sasuke will do this because it takes so much chakra. Naruto creates two huge wind explosions in each hand and puts his hands together to create the hammerhead formation. Naruto and Sasuke jump at each other and connect both jutsu. It explodes and completely destroys the whole Fine Valley and more. Sasuke loses his arm and Naruto is completely knocked out, and even when he wakes up, he won't be able to move. Toriyama hears the explosion and literally appears at the scene with the flying Raijin technique. Toriyama heals Sasuke's arm and wakes up Naruto by feeding him with some chakra. Naruto wakes up and Sasuke flees. Don't worry, Toriyama has kept a flying Raijin sign on Naruto at all times just in case he's in trouble. He didn't just appear out of nowhere.